Oh, John, tell us more.
Jamie, Greg, good afternoon to you. Spent about 15 minutes talking one-on-one with Rob Ford. He was taking a break from a new television show that he's doing for the Sun News Network that debuts tomorrow night at 8 p.m. And the bottom line message that I got from Rob Ford, doesn't matter what's going on right now, doesn't matter all the protests, all the action that the Toronto City Council is taking, he is hanging tough. He's not going anywhere. Unlike San Diego Mayor Filner, who eventually caved under the pressure, or Marion Barry, who went to jail, though he was reelected, there's no mechanism for the city of Toronto to remove him. So really, there's nothing that City Council can do other than try to embarrass him. And Rob Ford says he is way past embarrassed, and he's going to stay and try to get reelected next year. He did say, as he has said before, that he is getting professional treatment, but went into more detail about that with me. Here's what he said.
I've admitted to using illegal drugs in the last year. Okay, I've admitted to drinking too much. Okay, so I'm dealing with it. I am training every day. I'm in a gym for 2 hours every day. I'm seeking professional help. I'm not an alcoholic. I am not a drug addict. Have I had my outbursts in the past? Absolutely I had, John.
Is it safe to say, Mr. Mayor, you are getting substance abuse counseling?
I don't call it substance abuse because I'm not an addict. I'm not an alcoholic. I'm not a drug addict. Maybe some people are, but I'm not. But you know what? We have health issues here. My weight is a huge issue. And have I drank in excess sometimes? Absolutely. But to say you've got an addiction? No. Well, the professionals have said, no, you don't have an addiction. We've got ways of curbing your drinking and losing some weight and working on some other issues.
Now, some people, including some of his closest allies on the city council of the city of Toronto, would say that's denial. But Rob Ford insists, as you saw there, that he is not an addict, he is not an alcoholic. Now, City Council on Friday stripped him of some of his executive powers, but what happens tomorrow in Toronto City Council could eclipse that. He could be stripped of virtually all of his powers, including budgetary, and left as nothing more than a figurehead for the city of Toronto. But Mayor Ford told me, and this is a glimpse into his personality, that he really doesn't care what the City Council does to him. Here's what he said.
The naysayers are going to be the naysayers. The haters are going to be the haters, John. But I know one thing. I know I return every single phone call personally. I've watched every single dime that is spent. And these councillors do not like to be held accountable. That's the bottom line. And let's call it for what it is, John. These majority of councillors down at City Hall are left-wing, tax and spend socialists.
But at one point, does personal behavior outweigh your popular policies?
I was elected to do a job. I've never missed one day of council. I've never been under the influence of alcohol or drugs at a council meeting or any time in office. And yes, have I made mistakes in my personal life on my own time? Absolutely. But that's all they've got. If that's all they've got, well, you know what? If we want to get nasty, we can get nasty. And I can start digging up dirt on every single one of those politicians down there.
Basically, Rob Ford is saying this could be war. Now, I asked him specifically about his crack use. He declined to go into the whens and wheres about it, only to say repeatedly that he has smoked illegal drugs in the past and that he has binge drank on many, many occasions. The bottom line here, though, Jamie and Greg, and this is an important principle to remember, you get the politician you elect. People knew about Rob Ford's warts. They knew about his potentially dysfunctional personality, and they elected him in a landslide in 2010 with no method of recall. Jamie and Greg?
All right. It's very interesting stuff, John. Interesting, and congratulations on getting that interview so we could learn more. Take care.
Job.